to demand Epstein file release. Y'all ready? I am. They're like, what he got that suit on for? What he doing with that tuxedo on? Y'all know why. Episode 300. We got to celebrate. What's going on, y'all? I got that right. Got that about right. That's right. Right about, let's say, there. We're going to take that. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, of course. And y'all ready to get into this morning? I see you, Mark. I see you, Batty Lynn. I see you, Liberty and Justice. How y'all doing this morning? 300. That's right. Just now, press that button for the 300th time. So let's see how this guy's doing. Also, it's a different type of tie. So let me know if my audio is good, all right? Let me know if the audio is good. But you know what else we got to do, right? You might be waking up soon, so let's see. Hey, maybe. Ding, ding, ding. We ready to go. Bling, bling, bling. Time to start the show. Bling, bling, bling. I'm letting you know. Bling, bling, bling. 300 to go. Bling, bling, bling. I'm ready to go. Bling, bling, bling. They ready to go. Bling, bling, bling. It's Friday if you know. Bling, bling, bling. August 1st to go. And here we go. Come on. Doom. What? Yeah. One hand on him. And woo! Oh, that's what I need this right now. Even though I've been up since 3 o'clock, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Safe to say, we get kicked every day. We get kicked. It's a hard night. You know why I'm open, right? Because if, pump that beat. It's Friday, August 1st. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. How y'all doing this morning? That's right, August 1st, Friday, 2025. It is our bottom line's 300th episode. That's right, you guys. We've pressed that button officially 300 times. And you guys, I don't know how many of you have been here for every single episode, but it don't even matter to me because y'all know what I'm going to say, right? I really don't care because the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. That's right, you guys. Y'all could have went anywhere. And so it don't even matter how many times you saw the show as long as you're here now. Subscribe, hit that like button. Let us know where you're chiming in from because boy, do we have a fully loaded clip. Y'all thought that, wait a minute, the Epstein files, he must be running out. There's got to be information that he just can't capture because how is he doing this every day? I mean, this guy's coverage is just crazy. He's got this person talking, he's got that. And guess what? I outdid myself today. So everybody that wants to leave, woo, you guys are going to miss out on a doozy. You might want to stay around. I promise you, I'm going to stack the deck real quick. I'm going to get them in, get them out. As long as we stay on topic, oh my, are we going to have a good show today. I promise you guys. And with that being said, yes, I have a fully loaded clip. And you know what I'm ready to do, right? Ready to bust a sweat, ready to leave it all on the court. But you know what I got to do first, right? Let's chow out some people that's been here. We got Batty Lynn up in the building. We have Liberty and Justice. Good morning, everybody. We got motherfunking Bone. That's right, everybody. We got Liberty and Justice. I already said that. I'm sorry. We got Natalie Georgievich. Come on now. How you doing, Natalie? You good? We got Who else we got? Who else? Where my people at? Where my people at? Come on, y'all chime on in. I want to see where y'all at. Who else we got up in here? We got Karan Jordan. I see we got some people in here gloved up. That's right, that gym glove. A lot of our subscribers. I see we got a lot of gym glove people up in here, and I hope you guys appreciate the content that we've been giving you. Cause boy, oh boy, are we about to turn up today? I promise you. You want to stick around for the rest of the show. Who else we got up in here? We got Paula, we got Erika, and again, Liberty and Justice. Thank you so much, Liberty. We celebrating 300 episodes. And with that being said, y'all know what I'm about to do, right? All right, I'm not even going to waste no time. This is what I'm going to do. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. Let's get right into it. What we have on this thumbnail this morning, we have Trump. The Senate Democrats hold a press briefing to demand the Epstein file release. That's right. DOJ has put in their demands. They've done a few interviews, let's say 2. Congress wants to see Ghislaine Maxwell on the 12th of August. Now, now we've got the Senate Democrats that are holding a press briefing, and they demand the Epstein files. We got to keep on going, you guys, because we got a lot. We also have P. Diddy. Yeah, what we got over here, we got P. Diddy files for a new motion to be released from prison, and he took away that $1 million offer. He now was offering $50 million, but then guess what? Now they're trying to go back and fight against the charges, and they're saying that he should not even be in jail for the charges. It's a lot going on, you guys. We have the information. Let's get into it. I'm gonna get to the last one, which is a 15-year-old Florida teen climbs a tree. Yes, climbs a tree to escape the bite of an alligator. It's hot outside. Alligators are coming out. They're doing what they do. They're going into pools, lakes, and rivers. You guys, you got to be real careful. Watch out for those alligators around the children, as well as small animals. They're coming out right now. It's time to get to work. Let me get to this first clip right now. Got some questions that's being answered from President Trump as he went to President Trump signs executive orders for sports, health, and much more. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. Again, let me know where you're chiming in from, what time
Well,
it is.
I'm delighted to be here with some of the truly great sports legends of all time as we formally announce the newest members of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. This is an important step in our mission to make America healthy again. It's something that's very important, what we're doing, very important. Dating back to the administration of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, this council has championed the vigor and strength and vitality of the American people. Today, we continue that very proud tradition. This group is led by two-time major champion and one of the greatest players in the world, one of the highest ranked, and he just had a phenomenal Open Championship, as you probably saw, shooting one round that wasn't so good, and then he came back with about a 65 or something. He was getting a birdie on every hole. They were worried he might not make the cut, and he made the cut by about 200 strokes. It was pretty amazing. And he had a great week, actually. And he's also the longest hitter of a golf ball, I think ever, but, you know, they say ever. I would say ever. And the longest in the world today. And it's Bryson DeChambeau. He's a great guy. Been my friend for a long time. And from his storied amateur career, where he won the U.S. Amateur, I think once or twice. Did you win it?
It was once, and then the NCAAs as well.
Okay, you won a lot of other championships, but U.S. Amateur champion. And then, as you know, he won at Wingfoot, won the U.S. Open and Pinehurst. And Bryson has always been a phenomenal ambassador to sports and
building,
to golf,
y'all.
but to generally to life, in my opinion.
Get up
He's
in
a
here.
Smart guy and a good guy, great guy, loves our country. We're also pleased to be joined by Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. Bobby, you do a great job. He's got some big things happening, and he's got some big statements to be made very shortly in terms of, over the next few months, in terms of what they've been doing and finding answers to some very, very important questions. Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, who's phenomenal, wherever you may be, Linda. Hi, Linda. What are you doing back there?
Okay, we gonna move on because those are shout outs right there. We appreciate that, all the information we got up until that point, but we got to get over to one of your favorite governors. That's right, y'all. Come on, everybody from California, the man that you know and love, Gavin Newsom. That's right. He's taking on Texas Republicans. He said, you know what? I'm going to redraw the line in California's map if Texas does redistricting. Let's go. Let's see what your favorite governor in California has to say about redistricting, you guys. Let's go. Let's get into it.
And Mike Barnicle, we're talking about this in 2025. This has been going.
Invest early in Immersed, the world's most used XR work app. 1.6 million users have logged over.
Sorry about
Going
that,
on
guys.
for-
We gotta get,
for-
let's
for
get to
such
the
a-
top of this.
Of a new congressional map aimed at picking up 5 seats in next year's midterms. Texas Governor Greg Abbott added redistricting to the special session agenda at the urging of President Trump and his political team. Republicans currently control 25 of the 38 congressional districts in Texas. Under the new maps, the President Trump would have carried 30 of 38 seats, all by more than 10 points. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is in Texas meeting with Democrats as they weigh their options on how to fight the redistricting efforts, which could include leaving the state. Jeffries is supposed to hold a news conference today at the state capitol in Austin. Meanwhile, the Texas Tribune has new reporting that California Governor Gavin Newsom has told aides he will move forward with a plan to redraw his state's congressional lines to install more Democrats if Texas Republicans pass their own updated map. Let's bring in MSNBC contributor Mike Barnicle and politics reporter for Semaphore, Dave.
Let's not, because we don't need to know your opinions. We need to move to this next clip because we're doing a follow-up on our story from yesterday. Yes, I got something for you guys, and this is a really good one. Hot off the press. Nancy Pelosi, she gets a little defensive over an insider trading claim. Why do you have to read that? Why do you have to read that? Watch this, you guys. Remember we talked about the one insider trading situation that's going on where many people feel like Nancy Pelosi, who makes $140,000 a year on the books, but in her trades has made over $450 million. Something's not leveling off. Come on, you guys, let's get to it. We about to stack this deck. Nancy, you got a lot of answers. You got a lot of answers to be, a lot of answers to questions that we need to be answered. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no, I
was.
mean,
Let me just read what he said. I'm sorry that we had some sort of technical issue. Nancy Pelosi became rich.
Why do you have to read that? We're
Well-
here to talk about the 60th anniversary of Medicaid. That's what I agreed to come to talk
Yeah,
about.
but I
and
wanted
what
to-
that means in the election.
Nancy Pelosi got riled up in an on-air interview after CNN's Jake Tapper asked her about President Trump's claim that she'd been involved in insider trading. President Trump made the accusation after a reporter asked about a proposed bill that would prohibit members of Congress, the executive branch, and their spouses from stock trading.
But I like it conceptually, and Nancy Pelosi became rich by having inside information. She made a fortune with her husband, and I think that's disgraceful.
After Pelosi attempted to dodge Tapper's question by arguing she'd only agreed to volunteer her time for the interview to talk about Medicaid and the election, she eventually rebutted the claim, calling it ridiculous. The former Speaker of the House even went so far as to say that she supports the proposed bill, claiming it would instill confidence in the American people. The 85-year-old San Francisco Democrat is married to Paul Pelosi, the founder of a real estate and venture capitalist firm. Her husband's stock trading activity has raised eyebrows, given the fact that his wife's position as one of the most powerful legislators in the country has long given her access to information that may influence market decisions.
They make more money than Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, they make more money than the big guys. Yeah, Warren Buffett. These two right here trade more money than the Warren Buffett's company. Something's going on here.
As a result, the interview isn't the first time the Speaker Emerita has been confronted on camera with accusations of insider trading. In September, a comedian was escorted away from the former Speaker's book signing after he posed as a Democrat and heckled her over her stock trading.
Last question. What stocks should I buy? Nancy, you're the greatest options trader of all time. I just want to know what stocks I should buy.
A large chunk of the couple's fortune has come from a sizable stock portfolio and timely trades, all done in Paul Pelosi's name. According to an exclusive report from the Post last month, Pelosi raked in between $7.8 and $42.5 million in 2024 and shares an estimated net worth with her husband that could be as high as $413 million, financial disclosures showed. In July of that same year, the former House Speaker and her husband dumped 5,000 shares of Microsoft stock worth an estimated $2.2 million, one of their largest sales in 3 years, just a few months before the FTC announced an antitrust investigation into the tech giant. The couple also sold 2,000 shares worth an estimated $525,000 of Visa stock, less than 3 months before the credit card company was hit with a DOJ monopoly lawsuit. In all, their investment portfolio pulled an estimated 54% return in 2024, more than double the S&P 500's 25% gain, and beating every large hedge fund, according to numbers from Bloomberg's end-of-year tally of hedge funds' returns. A spokesperson of Pelosi told the Post, Speaker Pelosi does not own any stocks, and she has no prior knowledge or subsequent involvement in any transactions.
Yeah,
It's called pillow talk. This is what I want you to do tomorrow, right? This is what's going on tomorrow. Get us out of that. It's called pillow talk. Even an 85-year-old woman can do it. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Let's keep on going, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content and the way that we stack in this deck and catch a much wreck, because we're about to really get into it, I'm telling you, that was nothing. That was nothing. That was nothing. We're going to keep on going. Because now we got to talk about your clownship. And thank you for all the love over there. Bloop, 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 bloop. We take all the love and we give it right back. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about your clownship. The Mayor Brandon Johnson, who takes heat for spending millions on illegals. Come on, y'all. We got to go on over to Chicago. We're spreading out this news. We going everywhere. We going to different countries, different states. Let's keep on moving, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get into it. Where we at right here with this? Come on, buddy. Where you at? Don't try to hide. Don't try to hide and put that in front.
Of course, we're watching in real time as New York is about to go down the tubes with Zohran Mamdani as the leading mayoral candidate. I was there earlier this month. It's not the same city it used to be. That's an understatement. And tonight I'm here in Chicago, a place I've been visiting for years and years. I love this city, but I'm sad to say the same thing is happening here. These cities are crumbling under liberal leadership. Chicago has a huge problem with illegal immigration, but Mayor Brandon Johnson refuses to do anything about it. In fact, he's refusing to let police cooperate with ICE.
Would you consider setting up CPD perimeters around public spaces in Chicago?
Many working people and poor people need government to show up for them. The Trump administration has caused so much consternation and division. Look, we are a welcoming city ordinance. Our local police department will not ever cooperate with ICE.
Okay.
That's a shock that it has a 26% approval rating, but the good news, it's up from 6% in February. Here to react, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. Gov, good to see you tonight. What is the biggest problem that Chicago is facing right now, if you say?
Mayor Johnson and that type of leadership. I mean, he makes Lori Lightfoot, who was a failed mayor, look less bad. Welcome to Chicago, by the way. I hope you brought security with you because it's a city where crime is up, arrests are down, and we're really one of the highest taxed cities in the nation. And this mayor has spent almost $700 million on illegal immigrants at the expense of the poor neighborhoods on the south and west side of Chicago. The very people the Democratic Party claims they're for.
Well, look, you just have to look around the city. It is one of the most spectacular cities in the world, I think. I always believe that about Chicago.
Yeah, I like Chicago.
But right now you have a mayor who is so bad, even the Chicago Tribune, lead editorial today, basically saying he's trying to come up with other ways to drive businesses out of Chicago. So many have already left. I guess Citadel left, went to Miami. Others are planning to leave because of high taxes. Now they're figuring out ways to add more corporate taxes onto businesses in Chicago. But people say, oh, just let the cities go. Let them collapse on their own weight because this is what the voters want, Governor.
Yep, y'all want it. And then in New York, it's not going to get any worse. We're talking about people that are blinded by what's going on around them, and they're just leaving things to be. They really, I don't know if people don't even care. Especially like they don't pay attention or fight back or argue. Or maybe the thunthadunts, the idiots, are the majority now. They're okay with congestive pricing. They're okay with paying $9 to cross a toll. And if they don't have a easy pass, to pay $14. They're fine with that. And to go down inside subways that they're paying now, that's going to be $3 to go on a train now. So yeah, we're going to go to New York right now, because thank you, Kathy Hochul, for being the worst governor ever. The subway system is flooded all of the time. And guess what? Even the fact that they made $147 million. That's to my estimations, because the last time I checked, it was about 96 million. I'm talking about the money taken in from congestive pricing. So now they told us what? That money we need it because we need it for the subways, right? So now that you took up to $147 million in my estimations, what are you doing about it with that money? Now guess what they're talking about? They're gonna raise the fare to a solid $3, and that money that they came up with, they have no words about it. They're not even talking about it. But guess what? Look at what the conditions are that they're forcing people to have to go through. You're either going to pay $9 in a toll to go across 60th Street, or you're going to be in a subway station like this.
Subways, what a mess this was. Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tucker, she's at West 4th Street in Greenwich Village. What was it like?
Yeah, Bill, it's been a challenging day for the MTA, and it's also been a challenge.
2 days in a row, 2 days.
Challenging day for subway riders. The reason we're here at West 4th Street right now is because there was a power outage that started at 8:30 this morning that led to 8 hours of suspensions and delays to many subway lines as crews had to manually work that signal system. That was the second time this week that happened, leading to delays. The power has been restored, so that means trains are running again with residual delays, but it was restored just in time for the flooding to start impacting subway lines across the city. And we do have some video of how that is impacting the evening commute. For instance, at Grand Central.
So you trying to get off work, you going home. You would love to bring your car into the city to go home comfortably, not to have cuckoo birds and people around you, right? But no, you got to pay $3 from now on to deal with this.
Terminal, you can see a video of kind of a waterfall coming down at the Metro North platform. It's coming down onto those train windows, and it's really just a difficult situation for people who are trying to get home today. Also at Penn Station, a similar situation, a wall of water greeting riders as they walk down the stairs. A little shower on your commute home, perhaps, if you're hot. Maybe that'll help you out, but it really is a mess. Also in Brooklyn, we're seeing some trouble, specifically in Park Slope at the 7th Avenue subway station there. You can see water spouting out of the walls, people walking across flooded platforms in that rather dirty water that you don't really want to be walking in if you're wearing sandals, certainly. And then in East Flatbush, some really crazy video. Water flooding off the road onto a bus as passengers just kind of sit there helpless looking on, trying to keep their feet dry. Now, of course, the subway system is very old, and sometimes the infrastructure just can't support this kind of flooding or these kind of heavy downfalls. Crews have been working all day today and yesterday to prepare for this flooding, but because of that power outage that we saw earlier, a different set of crews were working to restore power because of that. They are still investigating what caused the power outage, but this may also be a case of the infrastructure not being strong enough to support the climate. The heat may have been a problem causing that power outage, and now the infrastructure is not able to support the water in some other situations. The MTA does urge people, even though trains are running here again with residual delays, the MTA does urge people to give themselves some extra time because now there is likely delay.
No, I was on the train for an hour and 45 minutes trying to get down from 34th Street. I got out, tried to catch an Uber, and they was not playing. They was like, oh yeah, we know what's going on. Come on, let's go. $75 to come on home. That's right, y'all, not a game. But that's what we're dealing with out here, and that's what we got to do. They don't care about us, and somebody in the comments said that exactly. They do not care. We got to go back over to Los Angeles right now because we're going over to your favorite mayor on the West Coast. That's right, because California knows how to party. California, West Coast knows how to party. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. That's right, we're going over to L.A. That's right, where your favorite mayor, Karen Bass, who likes to make an ass of herself, took some money from some Chinese communist bankers, and guess what? They got the proof. I could say that too, because it's not alleged. Come on, Karen, you're going to have to give up that Skrilla or it's going to be something realer. But then again, you know how they might just give her a slap on the wrist. Check this out, because now she got to answer for this.
These contributions came right before she appointed them to the transition team. I'm Christina Awayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass allegedly took money from a pair of bankers with ties to Chinese communist intelligence, who were then appointed to her mayoral transition advisory team. The Democrat mayor is being accused of taking campaign donations from bankers Dominic Nguyen and Simon Peng, both of whom have held positions with influence networks of the Chinese Communist Party, specifically the United Front Work Department, UFWD. According to an investigative report by the DCNF, Nguyen and Peng donated large amounts of money to Bass's campaigns and a related nonprofit before being appointed to her mayoral transition advisory team back in December of 2022. Experts say the situation is a huge red flag for Chinese Communist Party infiltration into U.S. politics. According to campaign finance records, Yin and Peng and their affiliated banks have donated about $1 million to Bass's political efforts and the nonprofit. These contributions came right before she appointed them to the transition team, raising questions about quid pro quo. The mayoral transition advisory team is a group of people tasked with guiding policy and staffing decisions for her administration. Experts like Gordon Chang, author of Plan Red, China's Project to Destroy America, told DCNF that Los Angeles is now a wide-open city for China's communists, saying the ties are evidence of CCP efforts to infiltrate U.S. cities. That's what you need to know in Dallas.
That was a very serious story. I hope people taking that serious right there. I'm going to keep on following up with what's going on over there, because you know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility. And Mad Hatter, don't think I can forget what you said, because it was that funny. Mad Hatter said, is this New York or is that Bikini Bottom? Thank you, everybody. Show Mad Hatter some love for the $4.99 super chat, because we got to get on over to Arkansas right now, because we got some breaking news on these police arrests on this Devil's Den double Mills murder suspect while he was getting a haircut. This fool had committed a Krillsnime, took somebody out. He was so calm that he went and got a haircut. He didn't even care. Check this out, y'all. We got to get on over to, where we going right now? We're going to Arkansas. We got to go over to Arkansas. Yeah, I like Arkansas, actually. I got some people and friends down there. It's a pretty cool place to be. Let's get over there.
Let's get right to that breaking news in Arkansas. State police have arrested 28-year-old James Andrew McGann for murdering Clinton and Kristen Brink while hiking in Devil's Den State Park. Police revealing he was taken into custody while getting a haircut. No motive has been revealed as of now.
You sure did need a haircut. I don't know what that is he got up there on the top. We call that a bouffant. I don't know what he got going on, like some weeds hanging down, and I think he's trying to cover what looks to be a little bit of lightness going on up there. So he just took everything from the back and swooped it down. But you must be brave to just be going to get a haircut, man. Yeah, come on.
Now, but law enforcement believes he likely did not know the couple.
We're not going to talk about his motive right now. We're still exploring and determining exactly what that motive was.
Can you confirm, we've seen video of an arrest made at this Lapita's, the beauty shop in Springdale. Can we confirm that that's where he was taken into custody today?
Yes.
Here to react is Fox News contributor and former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker. Nicole, good morning to you. So you just heard it there. We do not know a motive yet. One notable detail, though, is that the suspect is a teacher, was a fifth grade teacher. So what do you think about this arrest?
I think it's phenomenal policing work. I mean, this is what happens when you have local, state, and federal partners working together. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders came out very strongly and said, violent crime in Arkansas will not be tolerated. And if you want to commit those acts in our state, we will hunt you down and we will find you. And that is exactly what happened. I find this case extremely chilling, Carly. I mean, this is so disturbing. Young little girls out with their parents, on a hiking trail. And they've been, claimed to be and honored as heroes. They saved their children's lives, but yet they were taken. And it's just absolutely tragic. This should never happen to any child. But what's so alarming to me is that this individual had recently moved to the state of Arkansas from Oklahoma and had secured a job at a school. Thank goodness that is not happening. This person has now been charged. Again, let's see what happens and make sure that this is the right person. They do believe that he acted alone, but this is absolutely chilling. And I have to say, hats off to law enforcement. This manhunt went on and they found the individual, and let's make sure that justice is served.
All right, y'all, we got to keep on moving. But you know what we're going to do first, because we have no idea what's coming up next, and we don't want to be done to none. So, yes, we want to pray for the family as well as all of the friends and the people that were affected by this tragic event. We want them to have strength, and we ask this in Jesus' name. Everybody, amen. Thank you so much, you guys, because you never know the next clip that's going to come up. Don't want to get all comical and not show respect for that right there, because that was a terrible, tragic event. Let's get over to Cincinnati right now, but we got this councilwoman who has a pretty shocking response to a MOB attack, that mob attack, and she says that she begs for, she said what? Oh, they begged for that beatdown. We are doing a follow-up on the story that we showed you guys yesterday, where there was a mob that got pretty active and jumped these two people. And we're getting the other side of the story right now. I told you we were going to follow up on this story as much as we can. And here we got some more information about this brawl that happened in Cincinnati. Let's go, you guys.
Well, it is being called a coordinated attack and kind of like an ambush. That is what happened in Cincinnati, a detective describing last weekend's violent street brawl. 3 of those suspects appeared in court yesterday on charges of felony assault and aggravated riot. Nate Foy is live from New York City with the latest on this story. Hi, Nate.
Hey, Aisha. For the first time, we're seeing pictures of the injured female victim after she got sucker punched in the face during that brawl. And Senator Bernie Moreno describes her as Holly. He says that she gave him permission to share the following pictures that you're about to see. And I warn you, they are disturbing. So take a look here. Holly's recovering from a concussion and various facial injuries. Senator Moreno said he thought Holly was dead when he first saw the video.
Not funny, not
Take another look here. She gets knocked out by a man in the middle of the fight. What started the fight is still unknown, but Cincinnati Councilwoman Victoria Parks appeared to blame the victims, commenting on a Facebook video, quote, "They begged for that beatdown. I am grateful for the whole story." Now, we've reached out to the councilwoman for comment. So far, she hasn't responded, but according to local reports, she stands by those comments. Video circulating online shows the white man slapping a black man before the brawl, but Senator Moreno says Cincinnati leadership deserves blame.
They're down 200 police officers. The police chief blames social media. The city council person blamed the victim. The mayor went to a misfit mayor's conference and then took a vacation to Canada. Hasn't been back in town since then. This is a total travesty.
A lot going
So
on,
3 of the
y'all.
5 suspects, as you mentioned, Aisha, appeared in court yesterday. They're charged with assault and aggravated
Tom,
rioting.
you're right. A brawl
Ohio
for
Governor
irate
Mike DeWine
partygoers.
announced last night that state troopers will provide support for Cincinnati police. Now,
All right, yeah, you guys are right in the comments. I see you guys. You're saying that there's a brawl after a party, something like that, most of the time. And guess what? I know what else is involved. You know that? Go, 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 go. Too much alcohol. Blame it on the boom. Blame it on the. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the. Yeah, we about to get into it, y'all. Come on, because we got to go. We're going to stay in L.A. real quick because we got the former what? NBA star Gilbert Arenas. He was arrested and he pled not guilty for running an illegal gambling operation, y'all. Come on now, he had too much stuff going on that they're saying it was his home. But when we get to the end of the story, doesn't seem too much like he had too much involved in it when I see it. Check it out, let's go.
Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been arrested and is now facing federal charges for allegedly running an illegal gambling ring out of his San Fernando Valley home.
Arenas, along with several others, were arrested today. One of them, a suspected high-level member of an Israeli organized crime group. Arenas has already made his first court appearance, facing a judge this afternoon in downtown L.A. KTLA's Mary Beth McDade live in Encino with more. Mary Beth.
Yeah, and Mike and Jerry, as the hours wear on, I'm getting to read these court documents a little bit further. And so it appears that the illegal gaming up here at this Encino Mansion began back in September 2021 and then came to a screeching halt the night of July 19th, 2022. That's when the feds raided this Encino Mansion. And at the time, there were 26 high-stakes poker players inside, as well as a lot of staff that were made up of young women, chefs, valets, and security guards.
You're asking me, I'm telling you.
Former NBA All-Star turned podcaster Gilbert Arenas was allegedly running illegal high-stakes poker games out of his Encino mansion. Arenas, who the feds dubbed Agent Zero, and 7 others, including a suspected Israeli international crime boss and a West Hollywood lawyer, have been charged in a federal indictment. The former Washington Wizards player is accused of renting out his Encino mansion on Gable Drive for the illegal games, which were allegedly hosted by his co-conspirators. According to court documents, Arenas texted one of his co-conspirators this picture of a poker table.
I want you guys to remember this poker table because I look at this like it's really hard for me to say that I'm not involved in it when there's a poker table with my name in the middle of it. Damn, why did I make this poker table?
In connection to the games, which allegedly took place from September 2021 to July 2022. A neighbor recalls seeing unusual activity and scantily clad women during that time frame.
Well, just mostly people coming out at all hours of the night. Usually I'd see women, though, coming out. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning and taking off with whomever in a car down the street.
The alleged Israeli crime boss, Yevgeny Gershman, is accused of hiring young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, and offered companionship to the poker players. The women were charged a tax, a percentage of their earnings from working the games.
The more people you have who are willing to engage in stuff that's illegal or high risk puts us all in certain situations that we don't want to be in.
Arenas and several of his co-defendants have been charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. Arenas was also charged with 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators.
Yeah. All right, y'all, that's enough on him. We're going to stay in Los Angeles. I think we're staying in Los Angeles. How many people remember this right here? Smokey, I know you got my money, Smokey. Smokey, you got my money? Yeah, that's $100, Smokey. Yeah, give me my money. Smokey, you're messing with my emotions, Smokey. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Big Perm. I'm talking about Big Perm from Friday, y'all. Big Worm. Y'all know who I mean, right? Come on, you know Perm. I ain't going to be playing around with your money, man. Ain't nobody messing around with your money. I got your money, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Because guess what? A San Diego judge just green-lighted some criminal trial against the Friday actor Big Perm. Big Worm, that's right, Faison Love, the actor that's accused of ripping a credit card reader off a hotel check-in desk. And I think he threw it at the person that was working behind the desk. That's a little bit extra, you know, maybe ripping, you really got 1 charge, but once you kind of threw it and hurled it at her, they could try to, use that against you and give you an assault charge for that.
A San Diego County judge ruled today that there is enough evidence to move forward with a criminal trial for a well-known comedic actor. Faison Love is charged with felony assault. The actor is accused of ripping a credit card reader off a hotel lobby check-in desk last August and throwing it at a clerk. That woman says she suffered a concussion. Prosecutors say Love was angry after a booking he made through a third-party app could not be honored. The hotel clerk does not want to be identified, but she described the incident on the witness stand today during the preliminary hearing.
Mr. Love again was just going off on repeatedly cussing them out. Every other word was a cuss word, and it was getting louder. I then proceeded to say, okay, that's enough, and Mr. Love looked directly at me, pulled the credit card machine off, and threw it at my direction.
Love's defense attorney says that the clerk told police the night of the incident that Love threw the credit card reader between her and another coworker, not directly at the woman. Love pleaded not guilty to the charges. A trial date has now been set for January. A San Diego County judge.
They're trying to get some money, huh? They're trying to turn this to civil. They're trying to get something out of that because if they can get just something to stick, they might be able to sue. That's what they're trying to do. Come on, y'all, we got to get on over to Long Island, and we're going to find a whole bunch of Sinsima, who got the keys to my Beamer? Put it in the air. Yes, sir. Sinsima. Mad Hatter, big shout out. If it was a sandwich, he would have ate it. Mad Hatter, you off the chain. You off the chain, Mad Hatter. Let's go on over to Long Island where they found this truck full of cannabis mine and other legal D-rug them. They seized it and now they got it. They caught these guys on the Long Island Expressway. And it's so common now, it's just like nothing. They just like rolling up big bundles or whatever. They probably didn't even get a charge, like a big charge for this. Just wanted you guys to see what's going on the Long Island Expressway. Check this out. Quick story, real quick, couple of seconds.
Drug bust involving illegal cannabis along the Long Island Expressway in Queens. Authorities say they pulled.
Thank you, John.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox.
Thanks for renewing, John.
Smells like lavender.
Thank you so much.
Feels like.
Thanks for renewing, John. Thank you so much for renewing that
Trusted
glove love.
clean,
Good
long-lasting
looking, John.
freshness.
Good
Clorox
looking,
Sentiva.
brother. Thank you
They
so
pulled
much.
over a truck carrying 20 pallets of cannabis, other illegal drugs, drug paraphernalia, and vaping products on Borden Avenue in Maspeth. Law enforcement provided this video of agents looking through the haul. No word yet on any arrests. A drug bust in.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way over to. We're gonna go walkabout. Let's go walkabout, y'all. We're going all the way to Australia. Let's go to Australia because even more was found in Australia. Not D-rugs, but a whole bunch of fake, what they call this? This fraud ringleader charged with over $38 million in luxury cars and loan scams. Check this out. When you hear this knock on the door, I just want you guys to understand, immediately thereafter, you're gonna hear this sound. Or you're gonna hear zip, zip, those zip ties, because if it's a lot of y'all, they use the zip ties because they need to get everybody tied up real quick. But if it's just a couple of people, and then it's watch your head, and then you watching your head because you don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, you don't wanna hit your head or whatever like that, right? And then you driving in the car, you feeling real stupid, probably had a whole bunch of money that you was making, and now you think about all that stuff that you had, now it's gone. Federal seizure, and next thing you know, somebody gonna be in an auction off all of that expensive stuff that you bought. Here are those famous knocks that you never want to hear.
Police! Search warrant! Open the door! Stand back while we break it then. Stand back! Stand back. Police search warrant!
Two alleged ringleaders of a multi-million-dollar fraud and money laundering syndicate have been arrested after a major police operation across Sydney. Detectives from the Financial Crime Squad executed 10 search warrants on Wednesday, seizing $4.1 million in luxury goods, including Bentleys, a Ferrari, firearms, cash, and designer items.
Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Police search warrant!
An additional $20 million in assets were frozen, bringing the total to $38 million.
Dutch nurses.
A 38-year-old Barangaroo man faces 87 charges, accused of committing $12.9 million in fraud.
This that walk that you don't want. He got the Louis Vuitton jacket on. He was living in a nice place. He about to lose all that and put on an orange jumpsuit. Jesus, oh boy. He's trying to talk his way out of it now.
A 34-year-old Seaforth man was charged with 107 offences linked to $4 million in fraud.
All your cars.
Police allege the men directed a sophisticated scheme using stolen identities to secure loans and purchase non-existent ghost cars.
They getting everything. They're gonna sell all that stuff, y'all. Let's get on over here. Y'all remember yesterday the rapper Queso? His own dad told on him. He said, look, yeah, my son did it. Yeah, now we got to get a little bit of information from the other side of what's going on with your boy Queso there. That rapper named Queso who got convicted of being guilty of the murder of another aspiring rapper. They were going back and forth in lyrics. So yeah, he decided that him and his buddy, his cousin, should pow the guy. He's no longer alive. He was found guilty. His own dad snitched on him. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday. Got some remarks from the judge right now. Let's go.
All right, Mr. Robinson, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of the offense charged in the indictment in case number 2020 CF 3601, the court does hereby remand you to the custody of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and your bond in this matter shall be revoked. Now, he is entitled to a pre-sentence investigation report. Is that correct? Okay, then I will be sure to order one. Again, that takes approximately 30 days to complete, so we'll need to come back for sentencing no earlier than 30 days. When would the parties wish to return? I have the week of August 25 or September 2 for sentencing to be set.
He just like, man, my own stepdad told on me. Look how he's looking around.
Mr. Whitaker?
Look at his face.
Okay. Are y'all available
That's that
to
face
return
right there, man.
the week of September 8th? Keep in mind, Monday would be a to-be-set date, and we would set the sentencing on a convenient day that week for all parties involved.
Look at his head. He's just like, it don't even matter what day I'm getting sentenced. He's getting sentenced. Woo! And that's going to be for Erda and Jackson. You might be looking at life in prison, buddy, for something like that. So yeah, y'all, it's not worth it. Never been that kind of rapper. I'll do it the hard way. Next thing you know, remember, look forward to seeing free queso, free KO. Meanwhile, he done took somebody out. That's why I don't like dealing with ignorant people, because they be championing nonsense. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a That's right, we got some Sean Diddy Combs information. The defense team is asking for an acquittal. They don't even want to get bail now. They want a full acquittal. They have a little bit of reasoning. I don't know what you guys think about their reasons, but let's get into it.
Combs' defense is requesting either a new trial or an acquittal altogether. Combs was found not guilty of the more serious sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges, but was convicted of transporting sex workers across state lines. Now his attorneys say his actions don't fit the crime. Let's bring in Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky and ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer for more. Aaron, what's the latest here?
So, Diane, his attorneys say that the way this was charged doesn't exactly match what Sean Combs did. And they say he's the only person who's ever been convicted of this charge, transportation for the purposes of prostitution, who hasn't benefited from the prostitution other than through voyeurism. They say voyeurism, watching other people have sex, isn't what this law was meant to address. Combs, they say, didn't profit from the prostitution. In other words, he was no pimp here. And he wasn't a John either. He didn't have sex with the male escorts. And
they just trying to say, oh, if he just was being freaky, watching them, he should not go to jail for being freaky and watching people get freaky. That's what they trying to basically say. And I said freaky, so YouTube, calm down, calm your nerves. They saying all the crazy stuff that I don't want to say.
instead, he brought girlfriends and male escorts across state lines to watch them have sex. And his attorneys say that just doesn't fit what the law is about.
What y'all think about that?
Brian, what would it take for a judge to agree to either a new trial or an acquittal here?
The judge really agreed to what the arguments, as Aaron Katersky laid out, were to be true, that the use of the Mann Act, or specifically transportation engaged in prostitution, has never been in the way it's applied here. This would be new precedent in many ways for both ways. If the judge was to agree that the Mann Act can extend to an individual who does not commercially profit from a sexual act or who does not participate in it, but it also would be precedent setting to dismiss or acquit Sean Combs of these two charges. The other aspect of it as well would be to look at this case and say that the information that came in from the racketeering conspiracy allegations or the sex trafficking, we're talking about the force, the fraud, the coercion, that infamous Intercontinental Hotel video would have been prejudicial towards Sean Combs if just looking through the lens of this transportation to engage in prostitution. That argument would allow for another trial. But I don't think it's going to happen at this level in front of Judge Supermanian. I think this is a stronger argument on an appeal if they bring it to a higher court.
He's a lawyer and a reporter. Every time I was at the courthouse down there, he was always in the overflow, the upstairs at a different area. If he wasn't down in the actual well, that's why I like his input, because he knows what he's talking about. And guess what, you guys? It's time. It's time to go there. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get more people over here to let them know that our bottom line is rocking. We on our 300th episode, and it's time to get into the the Epstein chapter. Let's go. CPS lose investigative files. That's right, inconsistencies with Jeffrey Epstein's jail video. Let's start off with the jail video, and then we're gonna get into a couple of other things, guys. We got a lot to peel back on this onion this morning. We got a lot to get into. I'm sorry, CBS. Let's go.
Where the time code jumps forward 1 minute before midnight. A source tells CBS News the FBI actually has a copy of the video without that cut. Now, it's unclear why it wasn't released originally. Our investigation found other inconsistencies with the video as well. To share his new reporting on this, Scott McFarland joins me now. Scott, what do we know?
Our CBS News investigation led by Dan Rudnick finds that there are some issues with whatever that video was that was released by the U.S. Department of Justice. Was it an original or was it a copy? Forensic reviews of the video indicate it was a copy of a video, not the raw original thing. That's a pressing issue because the deputy FBI director said they were going to release the raw video. There are certain moments where you see a cursor on the screen of the video, the way you would if you were recording it maybe off your phone from a screen that was showing the initial video. There's metadata and indications of edits in the video that this is not the original, raising the question, is there a missing minute or is there a missing minute from the edit of the footage? There's other concerns as well, including consistencies that may be called into question based on what the Department of Justice said about this footage. Take a look.
Epstein was held at the Metropolitan Correction Center in Lower Manhattan in a unit separate from the general population known as the Special Housing Unit, or SHU. The unit has 3 wings, each with 2 levels. Epstein was held in the upstairs L tier of his wing. That tier is accessed by a set of stairs from the central common area. Directly adjacent to those stairs is the officers' station, where on-duty corrections officers spend most of their time. The Inspector General report says several cameras in the unit were streaming a live feed to a remote location in the prison, but no one was watching them. Malfunctioning equipment meant only one camera recorded the general area. That camera captured part of the common area, including the officers' station and a sliver of the staircase leading to Epstein's cell. The footage begins at 7:40 p.m. the night before Epstein's death. You can see staff and inmates moving about, preparing for the nightly lockdown. That's the officer's station in the background. Only 2 employees have been publicly identified. Tova Noel, a corrections officer pulling a double shift that began at 4 p.m., and Michael Thomas, a materials handler who won't arrive until midnight. Epstein is seen for the first and only time on camera at 7:49 p.m. when the Department of Justice said he was escorted to his cell from another wing of the unit. It's important to note here, you don't actually see Epstein ascend the stairwell to his cell block.
All right, keep on going, y'all. We're going to stack this deck because we got some more to bring you guys, information that we want you guys to know as much as possible. I think I saw another clip where it had a little bit more about this topic, so let's get into a little bit more.
Every day, more questions are being raised about that Jeffrey Epstein prison cell video. The Department of Justice and the FBI released with great fanfare. Look how transparent we're being. They described it as the full raw surveillance video from the camera near the child sex trafficker's prison cell the night before he was found dead. It was their so-called, look, here's the video. Right away, people noticed at least a minute was missing. Now, the explanation Attorney General Pam Bondi gave didn't make that much sense. It was something about a tech glitch. And the confusion's gone on for the last 3 weeks. Now there's new reporting. The FBI actually has in its possession a copy of the video with the missing footage. So what exactly is going on? Bill Summers, a senior reporter for The Bulwark, who has been closely covering this story, and he joins me now. So I want to just start on the missing minute, okay? People notice the missing minute, I think, in the time codes and in the metadata, and I want to play Pam Bondi's explanation of the missing minute, which I just want to start off in saying my inclination is not to think that, like, they edited the video and that he was murdered in his prison cell. I think he probably did kill himself. I'm trying to be, like, rational about all this, but it's...
I really wanted you to say those words. We don't really need to hear your buddy's thoughts. I wanted you to say those words because that's going to lead us into that next clip. That next clip of, who do we have here? Ghislaine. Because Ghislaine also doesn't believe that he took his own life. Ghislaine feels that, yeah, he was murdered. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. We're going to get it in. Let's go. Let's get to work, y'all. Let's go.
A disgraced British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell has given her first filmed interview from prison. The 61-year-old is serving 20 years for child sex trafficking.
Maxwell admits meeting Jeffrey Epstein was the biggest mistake of her life, but she is convinced his death was not as it seems.
I believe that he was murdered. Well, I was shocked. And I wondered how it had happened. Because as far as I was concerned, he was going to... I was sure he was going to appeal. And I was sure that he was covered under the non-prosecution agreement. But I wasn't in the indictment. So I wasn't mentioned. I wasn't even one of the co-conspirators. I obviously wish I'd never met him. You know, looking back now, I probably wish I had stayed in England.
Maxwell also addressed the infamous photo of her, Prince Andrew, and the Duke's accuser, Virginia Giuffre.
What's the fake? I don't believe that. I don't believe it's real for a second. In fact, I'm sure it's not. There's never been an original. And further, there's no photograph. And I've only ever seen a photocopy of it. I don't believe it happened. And certainly the way as described would have been impossible. I don't have any memory of going to tramp. Certainly not in the outfit that I would have worn. Her stories have changed so many times about what happens, when it happens, how it happens, with different versions. And each time she speaks, there's a different version.
And that is from the documentary that's just aired.
No. She brought up someone's name. Do me a favor, you guys. What's that prince's name that she brought up? I wanna get this all fixed up over here. I want to be able to turn around and look in the comments and have you guys tell me the name of the prince that she named while she was talking. What's his name? What's his name, y'all? That's right. London, Prince Andrew. He's had an interview about Jeffrey Epstein. You will be shocked and appalled if you really get into it. I'm only going to play 2 minutes. This clip is so serious, I pre-put the clip inside of the description. You guys, I want you, I'm telling you, go see the rest of this clip. I put it in there purposely. This clip we're going to play 2 minutes of, but it's much longer. I want you guys to go see it on your own time.
Say it all. Prince Andrew's attempt to explain... The Monday morning headlines say it all. Prince Andrew's attempt to explain his friendship with accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein backfiring.
Crazy.
You've been on his private plane.
Yes.
You've been to stay on his private island.
Yes.
You've stayed at his home in Palm Beach.
Yes.
The Duke of York generating a new wave of questions in what has become a sea of speculation surrounding his ties to Epstein.
Thank you, man.
Prince Andrew denied he ever saw his former friend with underage girls in a pointed and detailed interview with the BBC.
Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming. He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite, in the sense that he was a sex offender.
Queen Elizabeth's son, who is 8th in line to the throne, was specifically asked about his 2010 visit to Epstein's Manhattan mansion after the financier pleaded guilty to soliciting minors for prostitution.
Now, I went there with the sole purpose of saying to him that because he had been convicted, it was inappropriate for us to be seen together.
Despite ending their friendship, Prince Andrew admitted he stayed with Epstein for 4 days.
You were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
Thank you,
It was a
Liberty and
convenient place to
Justice.
stay.
Prince Andrew linked to Epstein in a 2015 defamation lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's one-time girlfriend. The lawsuit was filed by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, who, according to court filings, alleges Epstein directed her to have sex with the royal on 3 separate occasions when she was a minor. Giuffre speaking exclusively to Savannah.
Prince Andrew, of course, denies that this ever happened. He denies that it ever happened, and
He's going to keep denying that it ever happened.
Sadly, she is no longer alive. They say she took her own life right after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted and sentenced. Thank you so much, Liberty and Justice. Yes, this is our 300th episode. You guys, don't feel shy. Y'all can give your boy a little tip. I ain't even gonna front today. I would like some coffee, yes. Mommy said a closed mouth don't get fed. Yes, I would like some coffee, some Starbucks or whatever. Yes, let's keep going, y'all.
But he knows the truth, and I know the truth.
Echoing his repeated denials of the allegations, Prince Andrew says he has no recollection of even meeting Giuffre.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
Giuffre claimed one of the alleged sexual encounters happened in March 2001 after dancing with the prince at a London nightclub.
She was very specific about that night. She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat.
Prince Andrew, who served in...
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, y'all can go see the rest of that clip on your own. We don't take but 2 minutes most of the time out of a clip because we just don't want to do that. Especially, yeah. Normally I'll ask you guys, but on this one, I got to keep going with it. We just got so much more to keep on going. And yes, the link for the rest of that interview is in the description, and it gets way, way worse. And guess what? They thought it was over. No, it's not. Because now we're going to go over to the notorious... notorious Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, y'all thought that she was a little puss in boots. Y'all thought that she was not. What? Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Let's go. Let's get it.
My name is Davis Jones. I'm a social photographer, photographing parties all over the world. And that's how I came to photograph Ghislaine Maxwell.
I remember seeing her and thinking to myself, like, who is that glamorous woman?
It's almost like there's two different Ghislaines. According to the victims, the real Ghislaine is this manipulative woman who has no feelings.
This is the first picture I took of her at Oxford. I didn't know who she was, and someone identified, wrote her name on the back of the contact sheet. So she would have been starting at Oxford University around then. If I was asked to describe her then, I would say innocent, beautiful, privileged. In Oxford, she wasn't part of the cool crowd. They were the sort of rich crowd.
I don't really see her as a rule breaker necessarily. Like, I see her as somebody who's very much trying to fit the mold of, like, the life she thought she was going to have when she was a child.
In family photos that they've never shared before, you can see a pretty idyllic life, including an expensive education, and all because of a difficult, brilliant billionaire, her dad, Robert Maxwell.
Well, Robert Maxwell was one of the most important and powerful people in British public life in the 70s and 80s. He was a media tycoon. He owned a publishing house. He owned tabloids, various different companies.
That we've got to get the Mirror newspapers on top. All the way.
He made national news almost every day because of his extravagances and his pronouncements.
Incredibly powerful and charismatic.
Hugely egotistical.
He would eat caviar.
Yeah, so she came from power, reigned supreme, and she came from a dictator, sort of a father. So what they're basically trying to say is she was groomed early, and things changed once she got to Epstein. We got to keep on going because the DOJ, they seek to unseal the Epstein documents containing anything from detectives and the FBI agents. We're going to keep on moving, you guys. We got to stack this deck. I can't let those videos keep on playing like that because there's just too much to get into. Let's go.
There are new indications that the White House plan to extricate the president from the Jeffrey Epstein controversy might be starting to crack. The Justice Department told a federal judge that the grand jury transcripts it's asking to unseal
include testimony from just 2 witnesses. And both of those witnesses were law enforcement officials. No direct testimony from the victims themselves, no client list as it's been called. And the revelations about this grand jury and what it's going to potentially come because a federal judge in New York was asking the government to supply more specific details before he makes a ruling on whether or not this information should even be disclosed. If it is released, will testimony from 2 law enforcement officials be enough to satisfy the president's base? That remains to be seen tonight, but it comes as the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, says the president is doing everything he can to ensure maximum transparency.
I'm pushing aggressively for the full release of everything that is possible. And by the way, so is the president. He has said the same thing. We're using every mechanism within our power to do that and to do it as quickly as possible.
All right, that's enough. I'm going to take that with what Mike had to say right there because, again, boy, do we got a lot to keep on getting into. Y'all think, wait, he's still going? Yes, we still going. We still got some more because now we got to get into ex-President Bill Clinton. Allegedly, I ain't got nothing to do with this. This is something that they're saying. He witnessed Epstein doing something with on the island. And, yeah, Giuffre, the lady prior, claims in an unsealed 2016 deposition that she was paid to bang bang with Prince Albert. Y'all already heard what she said. Y'all heard her say it herself, and then he basically said that he don't know who she is. But this is a tough one, bro. This is a tough one, Prince. It's gonna be a tough one for you.
News that the viewers need to hear about to them every morning of every day until we depart this good earth.
That long, Robbie. That long.
You're in it for the long haul, Brianna. What are we talking about today?
All right. Well, Robbie, another batch of Epstein documents are out. Here's what you need to know. Newly unsealed deposition records from 2016 reveal Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre told prosecutors that she was paid $15,000 to have sex with Prince Andrew in the 1990s. Giuffre also claimed she recalled at least 2 occasions where former President Bill Clinton visited Epstein's island and dined with young women. She could not confirm any sexual abuse on Clinton's part. However, when asked whether the former president was a witness to the sexual abuse of minors, Ms. Giuffre said yes, he would be a witness because he knew what my purpose there was for Jeffrey, and he visited Jeffrey's island. She added, there's pictures of nude girls all around the house at all of his houses, and it's something that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't shy about admitting to people. Giuffre also reported seeing Donald Trump at Epstein properties, but again did not accuse him of abuse.
Giuffre did name other names as well. She said she was trafficked, made to have sex with former Victoria's Secret CEO Lex Wexner more than 5 times. She also said that she was made to have sex with at least 2 American politicians, including former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson and former Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell. She also named American businessman Glenn Dubin and former modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, and one other person whose name is still redacted in these documents, interestingly enough. Meanwhile, Epstein's brother, Mark, got into it with Leland Vittert on News Nation last night. Let's watch.
There's very few people who knew him the way you did, and you hear all these allegations that he was providing women, some of age, some not of age, to other men to compromise them. There's allegations of videotapes that have been recanted on and on and on, but does all that surprise you, or you hear about that and you kind of go, gee, there was always something about him that as a brother, you go, that kind of makes sense?
No, it doesn't make sense to me. I think he was just, like you said, he was just having a good time. Jeffrey liked to have a good time. And unfortunately, he chose to do it.
Well, hold on. There's a big difference, though, between having...
I wasn't there, so you're asking me to speculate, and I really don't want to speculate because I wasn't there.
And look, I wouldn't want to know this. I don't have a brother, but I wouldn't want to know this about anybody I loved. I mean, the allegations are frankly revolting when you hear about what your brother is accused of doing. On a personal level, I know this would be hard to hear about a family member, so I appreciate you being willing to discuss it with us. And like you, I think there's a lot of people who want more answers.
I don't understand the way he answered that last.
So many of...
I don't like the way he answered that question right there. Like he like to have a good time. This is not a good time. We're talking about with underage women. Oh my Jesus, let's keep on going, you guys. Woo! Let's go on over to Prince Andrew. We got a little bit more questions real quick. I wanted to just take a little chunk of that interview out and show you guys something real quick.
We've come to Buckingham Palace in highly unusual circumstances. Normally, we'd be discussing your work, your duty. We'll come on to that. But today, you've chosen to speak out for the first time. Why have you decided to talk now?
Because there is no good time to talk about Mr. Epstein and all things associated. We've been talking to Newsnight for about 6 months about doing something around the work that I was doing. And unfortunately, we've just not been able to fit it into either your schedule or my schedule until now. And actually, it's a very good opportunity, and I'm delighted to be able to see you today.
As you say, all of this goes back to your friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. How did you first become friends? How did you meet?
Well, I met through his girlfriend back in 1999, who, and I'd known her since she was at university in the UK. And it would be, to some extent, a stretch to say that as it were, we were close friends. I mean, we were friends because of other people. And I had a lot of opportunity to go to the United States, but I didn't have much time with him. I suppose I saw him once or twice a year, perhaps maybe maximum of 3 times a year. And
you're saying a year? If you don't deal with somebody, why are you seeing them that many times a year?
Quite often, if I was in the United States and doing things, and if he wasn't there, he would say, well, why don't you come and use my houses? So I said, that's very kind, thank you very much indeed. But it would be a considerable stretch to say that he was a very, very close friend. But he had the most...
But you stayed in his houses, okay.
Extraordinary ability to bring extraordinary people together. And that's the bit that I remember, is going to the dinner parties where you would meet academics, politicians, people from the United Nations. I mean, it was a cosmopolitan group of what I would describe as US eminence.
Was that his appeal then? Was that what you... Because you were perceived by the public as being the party prince. Was that something you shared?
Well, I think that's also a bit of a stretch. I don't know why I've collected that title, because I never have really partied.
I ain't never been to no P. Diddy party. Leave me out of that.
I was single for quite a long time, in the early 80s. But then after I got married, I was very happy. And I've never really felt the need to go and party. And certainly going to Jeffrey's was not about partying. Absolutely not.
You said you weren't very good friends, but would you describe him as a good friend? Did you trust him?
Yes, I think I probably...
And this is 49 minutes long. The other one was the small clip. That's 49 minutes long. That is the one right there that I need you guys to go ahead and hit that. Go in the link and see the rest of it, because boy, does it get crazy with the stuff that he has to say. Oh my God. Now we're going to shoot over to President Trump, who sheds some more light on the fallout with Jeffrey Epstein. We stacking the deck right now, you guys. It's Epstein for the rest of it. We in it, y'all. We in the thick of it. We getting back to President Trump because he got some information on him here. Let's go, and here we go. Got him.
So let's go back to Washington and CBS News political director Finn Gomez. Finn, did you ring that bell, my friend? No?
You don't need a bell. When Kelly O'Grady talks, you listen. She's always so informed and so great at...
Yeah, she is. But I do want to ask you about the president ending his trip to Scotland. He's back now. He answered more questions on the story seemingly that he wants to go away. And that's, of course, the Jeffrey Epstein case. A lot of people calling for those files. What is the president having to say now?
Yeah, the president shed a little more light read on exactly what led to that falling out between him and Jeffrey Epstein, of course, that a convicted sex offender. He passed away about 6 years ago. But he was offering details on this falling out over what he called Epstein's, quote, poaching of employees from his Mar-a-Lago property spa and reference Virginia Giuffre, one of the first women to make accusations against Epstein, and really one of the most prominent abuse survivors who also passed away earlier this year. Here's what the president had to say about it. Take a listen.
When I heard about it, I told him, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want him taking people. And he was fine, and then not too long after that, he did it again. And I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen, persons, does that include Virginia Giuffre?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her.
Yeah, the president he also said that he told Epstein to, quote, stay the hell out of here, meaning Mar-a-Lago. Last week, the White House had said Trump had booted out Epstein for, quote, being a creep. So this, I think, adds a little more light to that narrative. Trump and his advisors, as you know, Reed, have been seeing growing pressure in recent weeks, including from his base, to release more files related to Epstein.
So it makes more sense on this side. Andrew, you still going to his house, you hanging out with him, talking about, oh, why can't I stay in his homes? Trump, like, I ain't never been to that island. I ain't never been on his plane. I got my own. You know what I'm saying? And if he did, I don't know where he went, but he's telling, she's like, look, Get me up out of this crap. Come on, y'all. Now we're going to go over to Virginia Giuffre's family because they're going to respond after Trump said what he just said about Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, y'all, we got that info today. I told you we are not playing. I told you we are doing our thing today. This is the 300th episode of Our Bottom Line. We showing our butt. When the coach be like, go out there and put it all on the court, that's what we doing right now. So you guys do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're trying to get up to 50,000 subscribers, and I think we can do it. I think we deserve it because we are the #1. When I say we, I mean all of the co-hosts in that chat right there, as well as myself, because I cannot do it by myself. Because if I did, there'd be somebody knocking at the door with a white jacket for me. Like, why is this man in the house talking to himself for 3 hours? Let's get on over to the family of Virginia Giuffre, and let's see what they have to say about this situation, since it's already been spoken on. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
And the members of Virginia Roberts Giuffre's family, her brothers Sky Roberts and Danny Wilson.
Because like I told you, they saying that she took her own life, but there's a long story behind the fact that I just don't believe it. They probably believe it, but I don't believe it. So sometimes you can get murdered very smart in a cunning way to make it look like, yeah, that you did it yourself.
And as well as their wives, Amanda Roberts and Lynette Wilson. And I'm just so grateful to have all of you here tonight to talk about something that I know is really painful, but also really important for each of you. And Danny, I think it's hard for anybody to imagine the emotional toll the last few weeks have probably had on your family. What made you decide to speak out tonight?
I don't think it's even the last 2 weeks. I think it's the last 10 years. I'm speaking out because my sister is not here to speak out, and I think she would, and I'm here to speak out for the survivors.
And Sky, your sister was just 16 years old when she was working at Mar-a-Lago in 2000, and when she was recruited by Ghislaine Maxwell. As this has played out over the last few weeks, I imagine you were probably quite surprised when the Justice Department sent their number 2 in charge to go and sit down with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, we were very surprised. I think, she was preyed upon by Ghislaine Maxwell as well as many other predators out there, but she was preyed upon at Mar-a-Lago. And we were very shocked and very surprised that they were giving her a voice and giving her a platform to essentially possibly make a deal. And, reality to that is that there's so many survivors still out there that are affected by that, including my sister, who's not here to speak for herself. Right. And I think it's important that we stand beside them, that we stand in front of you and in front of everyone out there with a sign of strength on my sister's behalf, because she's not here to do that herself. But we stand with survivors here, and I want to make it clear that, you know, she does not get the opportunity to get out. She deserves to rot in prison where she belongs because of what she's done to my sister and so many other women. And it's absolutely a pure sense of evil.
These are the people I told you guys yesterday that I wanted to hear from, because they're the ones that are directly affected by it and the ones that I pray for. The family. We pray for the family. We pray for Virginia. We pray for everyone affected in this horrific situation, and we ask that they get strength and resolve out of this terrible, tragic event. And we ask this in Jesus' name, you guys. Amen. Can't play the entire clip. If you guys want to see the whole thing, it's 16 minutes long. Jeffrey's family very shocked that the DOJ gave Maxwell a voice. So check this out. Not only do they not want her to get a pardon, they didn't even want her to get a voice because they feel like their sister couldn't get a voice. And that's real right there. Can't get mad at them for that. Let's get on over to Florida, you guys, where we got this. That's one of the things that's on the header right here, right there on that header. We got this 15-year-old who takes it back to the old days and climbs a tree to escape from this alligator, y'all. Come on, y'all, double tap that screen if y'all wanna get those likes up. If you have not already joined and subscribed to the channel, this is a good time to do it.
A terror-stricken mom calls 911. Her daughter is being stalked by an alligator.
My daughter's stuck in a freaking tree. There's gators surrounding her.
15-year-old Jordan Broderick was floating on an inflatable tube at a popular swimming hole in Florida's Ocala National Forest when a huge 9-foot gator zeroed in on her. She grabbed a tree branch hanging over the water and pulled herself up, clinging on for dear life.
She's in the tree. She got in the tree to get out of the water. There's gators on land and in the water right under her. Oh my God, please hurry, please hurry.
So she got gators all around her as she's climbing onto this tree. And if that branch breaks, it's over. If she loses her grip, they're down there to catch her, all of the gators. And they say that they're hissing at her and snapping at her, hoping that she falls. 15-year-old.
The menacing gator swam in circles, hissing and snapping at the teenager, waiting for her to fall. Her anxious father, watching from the shore, did his best to scare the gator away. But the beast did not move.
We can't get her out. Please, she's 15.
How far out into the water is she?
She's like, I don't know, 500 feet down the water, but it's sudden lightning and everything. Please hurry up.
The minutes ticked by, and Jordan's mom grew more frantic. Her daughter can't hold on much longer.
Oh my God, my daughter's gonna be dead.
Finally, after 30 minutes, a deputy arrives and steps into the water. Get this, the gator tried to attack him too. He was forced to open fire. The gator was dead. A terrifying ordeal.
Somebody in the comments says, I'm Steve Irwin at this point. Let's keep on going.
Surrounding her. Please hurry up.
Now, could y'all imagine? Ooh, I'm telling, no, you can't. That's like a horror movie. That's like a film. That's like one of your worst nightmares. You climb on a tree and some gators are like, ooh, baby. You know how we do. Us black folk, we'll start turning into Jesus and be running on water. We ain't playing. Y'all hear little splashes like, shit, I ain't getting bit by no gator. Homeboy said, somebody in the comments said, I will turn into Steve Irwin at that point. I don't know, I'll be Rambo. Pull out my knife and just jump on in. You ain't killing mine. You ain't messing with my daughter. You gonna have to take me with her. No, you not. What y'all got for me in these comments? What y'all got for me in these? Yeah, she was up in that tree for 30 minutes. Yes, she was up there for 30 minutes. Forget Steve Irwin. I'm Chris Kyle. She was blessed, said somebody. Some people want to investigate. Ha ha. Facts. I blame the 911 operator for the officer's late arrival. Trump is a genius. Coffee farmer starts showing some Jamaican side. Bam, bam, bam. Dog, no madman. Mad Maxwell tells the truth. Then it's the way she gives her sister a voice. Okay, this is where the worthwhile to own a rifle. There you go. It's worthwhile to own a rifle. But guess what? If y'all trying to make some money, All y'all gotta do is hit that link in the description because I got up to $450 worth of surveys. You guys will make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, if you got a business, you might be a mobile dealer, a mobile detailer, not a dealer, mobile detailer, or maybe a dog groomer or something like that. Maybe you have your own business. If you want to promote on our platform in the post notification area, all you gotta do is send us a 1080 by 1080 post and we'll put it up in that area and 40,000 people will actually get a chance to see it. That's right, you guys. Also, you know what's coming up. We got that Show Your Talent talent search where you can make $250 in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. We've already done Queens and we've done the Bronx. We still got to hit Bed-Stuy up in Brooklyn and a couple of locations out there. What we're doing out there is what? We're going to be doing a talent show. Talent is not just singing. It's not just rapping. It's not just dancing. You could do a wheelie good. Guess what? You're a talented wheelier. You know how to fry chicken. You could win. Somebody might step up and be a phenomenal singer. Grandma come in with that chicken tastes good, and guess what? Boom, Grandma, you just won $250 because we're talking about overall talent, not just one type of talent. We want to see you guys' talent at the next Show Your Talent talent search where you can make $250. I'll be there with DJ Don Dada the same way we did in the last spot, DJing, stopping the music, letting you guys perform and doing what you got to do, make a nice video from it and put it up so all you guys can see what we're doing at the Show Your Talent talent search. That's right, I am the host, your boy Bugatti NYC, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. All you guys got to do if you want to be a part of the talent show is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, hit that mailing list, join the mailing list, and that's it. Once you tell me what borough you're in, that's where you're going to be competing at. And you get a chance to make $250 for the borough. And then when we come together, what happens? For the last finals, someone's gonna win $1,000 at our Manhattan location. Y'all see it down there. Right, it starts off with $250. Once you get to the finals, if you win, boom, you win $1,000. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Y'all know what today is. It's Friday, but you know what we don't do over here because we're smart? We don't work for the weekend. We work for longevity. That's right. That means I want to see you guys tomorrow. I want to see you guys on Purple Sunday because we still working. And then again on Monday because we work for the long haul. Also, you guys, I want you guys to stay healthy, stay prayed up. And guess what? Problems present opportunities. There's so many problems out there. You see them all day. We have so many problems going on. But guess what? As long as God wakes us up to keep on moving forward and get it right, we still gonna keep on doing that. We're not gonna concentrate on the problem, we're gonna concentrate on the solution. Wanna give a big shout out to one of our main people, Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno. I don't know if she tapped in today from Grand Rapids, Michigan, but we praying for you and hoping that you're strong and that every procedure and all of your medical things that you're dealing with are no longer. We ask this as well in Jesus' name because we know that you watch us every day and the compliments that you give us keep on pushing, Rebecca. So we as a group, everybody over here, we behind everything that you're going through, and we love you, girl. Keep on pushing, keep on moving. That's right, you guys, and with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, that's right, y'all, and thank you for coming to check out the 300th episode, one of the best episodes I ever hosted. Get 'em! Peace. Yeah, one.